過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, what it do, guys? It's your boy, Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with another chapter of God Eater 3, Devil Deku. And personally, I'm actually glad that some of you guys like this story. It's not as popular as Radiant Hero Deku and definitely not that of Heroic Player Deku. But God Eater means a lot to me, and knowing that some of you guys really enjoy this story, I really appreciate it a lot. So, let's get into this chapter, shall we, guys? Chapter 2, Everything Changes. So everybody soon wakes up in the cell, with Izuku looking around, checking on everybody, see if everybody's doing alright. Shell's still coughing as usual, but it's not as, drastic as it was before, hoping that it stays that way for the time being. As Izuku gets on his feet, he soon looks around and actually sees that they already got a mission all ready to go. With Izuku thinking, damn it, we just woke up. Now we just gotta work on another mission? Great. Zeke, you're nearby. Can you read it off for us? With Zeke heading to the monitor saying, sure, give me a minute. As he types it in and look at the file saying, great, it's just a boring mission. Job is to basically take the cores from multiple origami. And if we don't come out with a sufficient enough, looks like we're not going to be getting anything to eat for a while. With everybody groaning at that, with the guard saying, quit your whining, you damn brats. With then Hugo quietly saying to himself, easy for you to say, you're not the one being threatened with not being able to eat. With then Izuku saying, I can take care of it. How many cores do we need to take? Saying, 10 cores. And it doesn't matter on how it varies. We just need to get 10 cores equally. What's saying, alright, it's easy enough for me. Why don't you I'll take care of it myself if I have to. With then soon the cell doors begin opening saying, I don't think you should do it by yourself, Izu. With Izuku hearing that voice, with everybody else hearing the voice too. As it being a girl with long green hair, big white eyes, and also having that of a neutral expression on her face, but somewhat similar to that of a frog actually, with her attire having that of a, crop top, with her clothes seeming a little bit, ripped and torn actually, as she has a pair of goggles on her head, a torn crop top actually with long sleeves, and also with green shorts, and also long heels that go all the way up to her thighs, being as they're made to be flexibility. With soon everybody in the cell couldn't help but say, Sue, with her saying, hey guys, sorry it's been a while since I've been here. When both Izuku and Hugo walking up to their other fellow age saying, you haven't missed much, Tsuyu. To be fair, things have been quite boring, to be honest. With Hugo saying, ditto on that. Within Mar and Lily, alongside Sho, began running up to Tsuyu as they're glad to see the other fellow age in the cell, with her saying, I hope you three have been doing good and also keeping out of trouble as well. With the kids just nodding and also actually happy to see Sue, as she's always been the one looking after them from time to time when the guys are basically out. And especially since she's mostly in the medical wing of the port actually, taking care of other God Eaters and port staff that get, they get attacked by origami, actually. With that, she soon sees Zeke as he's not trying to look at her, saying, "You're not going to say anything, Zeke? It has been a while since we talked." With Zeke stuttering, saying, "Oh, yeah, right. Guess it has been, after all. I'm glad you're doing okay." With then Keith saying, "Huh, that's unlike you, Zeke. Still can't talk to Tsuyu without stuttering quite a bit." With then Zeke saying, "Hey, shut up. Izuku had the same problem when she first came here too." With saying, "Hey, don't bring that up. I'm not used to talking to girls. You know that. What's your excuse, man?" With Izuku blushing quite a bit, not looking at Sue. With then Hugo saying, "Some things never change, don't they?" With Izuku not even looking at Hugo, saying, "You're not helping, Hugo." As everybody in the cell couldn't help but laugh. However, the guard soon hits the bars with that of a, nightstick, saying, Shut your mouth, you damn hounds. Your barking is annoying as hell. If you're going to get ready for that damn mission, then get out there now." With that, Zeke saying, "Damn him, so annoying. Fine, Will." Within Tsuyu saying, "Izuku, you're going out there to take care of the mission, right? Why you let me tag along too?" With that, Izuku saying, "Wait, really? You want to help me out?" With that, Zeke saying, "Wait, seriously? You two by yourselves? Izuku, aren't you going to feel a lot more distracted and hesitant now knowing that the two of you are going to be out there all by yourselves?" With Izuku saying, "Come on, that was the old me, Zeke. I don't have that problem anymore." With that, but Izuku still blushing a little bit, saying, "Besides, I know Tsuyu has my back after all. With her healing bullets and her scythe's long range, I know that I have somebody who's always got my back." With then she couldn't help but say, "Aw, thanks, Izuku. And I'll always help you. I'll always support you guys from the side if you ever need me. So let's go out there and get those 10 cores." With Izuku nodding. After that, the two head out of the cell and grab their god arcs. With Izuku getting his heavy moon and shotgun. And then Tsuyu getting her god arc being that of a valiant scythe and a ray gun mixture, actually. With Tsuyu being skilled in that of support and long range combat. To be fair, she likes to help out her allies from behind, but it likes to keep her distance from the enemy and strike them when they least expect it. Because of that, she's pretty quick on the battlefield and somewhat stealthy as well. Completely the opposite on many of the boys in the port, actually. So she's a great addition to the team. With that, the two head out and grab the truck. The two head out to the abandoned city. With then, as Izuku is the one driving, the two have a little bit of small talk. With Izuku saying, "So, you were in the port's medical wing for a long time. Did you get the information that you were looking for, Sue?" With Sue, she's saying, "Actually, yeah. It was surprising that I did. With Tsuyu being in the medical ward helping out injured personnel, she was trying to get the information about her two siblings, seeing that they were also drafted into becoming ages after all. However, it was only her brother that became an age, and her sister, who wasn't really supposed to be drafted but was tagged along anyway." With that, Izuku was a little bit worried, but still pissed at Gleitnir taking them when they already have their older sister after all. With Tsuyu saying that they're actually at a port called Chrysanthemum. I hear that they're pretty taken care of. Port Chrysanthemum doesn't act on the same way that other ports do. They treat their ages like they're actually human beings and children. not the other way around. With that, Izuku couldn't help but say, that's good to hear. Hell, I actually would take a port like that over a port like Pennyward anytime. With soon, Tsuyu saying, let's just hope that we can get transferred. With then Izuku saying, doubtful. You know how much it costs to actually take Aegis from another port? Quite a bit. Not only that, it goes against our contracts that we were forced to sign as kids. We're stuck with the ports until our dying days, or until the port wished to basically annoy the contract we made. That's the problem, and they never will. With that, see you saying, I guess you're right. However, I'm just glad that Samadare and Satsuki are okay. That's all that matters to me. With Izuku couldn't help but smile saying, yeah, that I'm glad too. With them finally arriving at the location, they see tons of axe raiders, blast spiders, and something else that's a little bit new, being dread pikes, as they being like green beetle-like origami. With Izuku preparing his heavy moon, with Tsuyu preparing her valiant scythe, as their armlets soon release. As then, Izuku's preparing his God Arc, switching to his other persona, as he's saying, alright, let's get this started. Tsuyu, you have my back? Support me as always. With soon she switching to her ray gun form, saying, always as ever, Izuku. Within, all the other origami noticed the two of them. But then Izuku with a big goofy grin on his face. However, it almost seems somewhat menacing at that as well, saying, bring it on, you damn bastards! As he rushes right at all of the origami, with all the origami rushing at him as well. Within, a couple minutes have passed, as it being 30 minutes, with Izuku and Tsuyu are taking care of the last remaining ones. As Izuku finishes off a dread pick, as he stabs it in its shell over and over and over again with his moon, and Tsuyu using her scythe to cut down a axe raider before finishing it off with her ray gun, and then going into devour mode, and then devouring the last remaining origami in the area. With that, they finished up their mission, saying 10 cores all complete. I got at least 8 cores. With C saying, I at least have 2 cores. So that should finish it. That should be enough for the port. With then, Izuku and Tsuyu are about to leave. However, another origami soon shows up, as its roar soon gets their attention, as it being that of a ogre tail. With Izuku saying, seriously? An ogre tail? It's been a while since we dealt with something like that before. Within, Tsuyu saying, remember Izuku, that we have the cores. We don't need to saying, yeah, you go ahead. I want to have a little bit of fun left. With soon him, as the ogre tail notices Izuku, it soon shoots tons of spikes at the green net. However, Izuku blocks them easily with his shield, deflecting them. As Tsuyu saying, he's always like this when he's out here. He isn't the Izuku we know. He turns into that. With Izuku couldn't help but continue smiling as the ogre tail soon jumps off from the building it was on, and then goes after Izuku before Izuku jumps into the air and then goes into his devouring function before grabbing onto the ogre tail's head and then flinging it to the other side before switching to his shotgun function and then unloading a whole clip of his shotgun buckshots as he's out of oracle cells now. with the ogre tail struggling to even get up as it's in massive pain, before saying, "You should have learned your place and not revealed yourself. You should have never messed with somebody like me. You damn bastard. You worthless piece of trash of an origami." As he continues stabbing into it over and over again and slicing it over and over again as well, before it finally dies, and Izuku now finally devours it, with now having that of 11 cores instead of the typical 10 like they were originally supposed to have, saying, "All right, that takes care of that. Let's get going." With Tsuyu saying, "Have fun," saying, "Oh, you know it," as he walks past her and heading back to the truck, before she grips her God Arc scythe, saying, "Sometimes I forget the reason why I prefer not going on missions alone with Izuku. It's reasons like this." With that, they head back to the port. With then, the port staff is actually impressed with them having more than the 10 cores that they were asked for. However, they don't show it, and they still just told them to go back to their cells. With Izuku already figuring this out and just follows the commands, with Tsuyu doing the same as they put up their God Arcs and head back to their cells. However, as they arrive back into the cell, they soon notice 2 other figures actually near the cell, with them talking to the guard, with one of them being that of another God Eater, a God Eater with scars all wrapped his right arm, and however and a jacket covering his left arm, jacket sleeve covering his left arm, with him having that of slick back hair and that of his 5 o'clock shadow. As for the other guy, he has that of messy long hair, wearing that of a black uniform and a tangled scarf, and a white tangled scarf. And however, what really draws everybody's attention, especially Izuku and Tsuyu's attention, is that the guy isn't a normal God Eater, is that he's actually has 2 armlets. He's being an age. With Izuku was surprised, as not only that, he's not even bound or cuffed like how they are. He's completely free, able to move his arms however he wish. However, his hands are in his pocket though. With then the two notice the kids within the guard saying, "What are you just standing there? Get in your damn cells, you mutts." With Izuku saying, yeah. With Tsuyu just nodding, saying yes. As they enter the cells, within the guy with the slick back hair couldn't help but shake his head. And then the guy wearing all black, the messy black hair, saying, "You shouldn't be treating your assets like that. If you do, you might miss out on what you might have." With saying, "Yeah, whatever. We can just replace them however we wish." With that, the guy had that of narrow eyes. However, for a split second, it almost looked like his eyes were about to go red. Within Zeke and Hugo walking up to the 2 saying, "So, how'd it go?" Saying, "We went over the quota, actually." With then Zeke saying, "Wait, seriously? Don't tell me that you did that just to show off around Sue." With then Izuku saying, "What? No. There was an ogre tail that just showed up and we took care of it. So that's why." With then Hugo saying, "An ogre tail just showing up out of the blue? Huh. It's not too weird. It's not weird, but still." With soon see you saying, "So, anything else?" "Well, actually, we were about to head out. We got another mission, actually." With then Zeke saying, "Yeah, it turns out Lightyear and HQ wants Port Pennyworth's aid to test out a new system. It's called the Engage system. With Tsuyu saying, engage? I feel like I've heard that. Within Izuku saying, same here. I think I remember a couple of the ports folks talking that it's supposed to be an experimental system that they want. Well, all God Ears and Gleipnir to use. Best way to test it out, use it on ages after all. And guess what? We're the lucky ones, right, Hugo? With Hugo saying, yeah, unfortunately, we are. With that, Izuku saying, great. I'm guessing we're going to be heading out on the mission too. With Zeke saying, yep, and you're tagging along too, Tsuyu. With Tsuyu saying, seriously? We just got back though. With then Zeke saying, yeah, I thought the same thing too. With Tsuyu kind of a little bit pouting, with then Zeke noticing it and began blushing and looking away, saying, damn, why is she so damn cute? With soon, the guard couldn't help but scoff at their conversation, saying, what the hell was HQ thinking? Letting you bastards have the age system to test out. You're already monsters enough, you don't need anything else. But then hearing this, Izuku couldn't help but grip his fist with that of annoyance, saying, seriously, why are you complaining? You get something new to test out and that will help save people's lives. So what if we have to test it out? Be grateful that technology like that is helping us. Within hearing that, the guard saying, you want to say that again, you damn mutt? Or do I need to go in there and teach you a lesson? With then Izuku saying, I'm just speaking my mind. Help isn't trying to save people's lives from origami more important than just trying to treat us like we're nothing but tools? But then hearing that, the God Eater and the other adapted God Eater outside of the cell couldn't help but actually it be admired on what Izuku is saying in his words too. With that, the guy with the scarf and couldn't help but smile under it. With then the guard saying, you damn brat, as he was about to enter the cell. Soon, the guy with the black uniform and messy hair could grab onto the guard's arm, saying, if you enter that cell just to beat him, just for speaking his mind on something that's literally beneficial to the safety of humanity, your ports may lose the funds and supplies that they need to keep this place going. Just letting you know. With that, the guard saying, you filthy. With then, he also noticed his eyes were completely red. With then saying, wait, those eyes. With soon, the guy with the other guider saying, all right, that's enough, Shota. I think he's learned his lesson. Hey, you guys in there, you have a mission, right? I think you should head out now before things get a little bit rough. But in case you're wondering, just hang in there a little bit longer and just keep on going. With hearing that, all of them were surprised, even the kids too, as they didn't expect a God Eater to actually give them words of encouragement. With even Izuku was really taken back by that too. With that, they soon get out of the cell. With then Izuku looking at the man with the messy black hair and the messy scarf too, with saying, thank you for defending us. Saying, don't mention it, kid. Now get going. You got a mission to take care of, don't you? With that, Izuku begins running off to catch up with the others. Within the God Eater, alongside the adapted God Eater, saying, wow, you've taken a liking to them. Saying, just one of them, actually. But to be honest, I think it's better if a port doesn't have God Eaters this talented and just wasting them. Within the guard saying, you damn bastard, you filthy age. Within Carlos saying, I think you shouldn't be talking about one of the most powerful ages and one of the most influential ages here. Saying, what? How can an age I'm pretty sure you're aware of the nickname, the Eraser. an age who actually has quite a bit of fame all across Gleitnir, even has the same level of a God Eater, with that saying, "What? Eraser? Wait, this guy?" With soon noticing the red eyes, thinking, "Holy crap, you really are him." Within, his eyes went back to normal, saying, Poor Chrysanthemon's making this, inspection on behalf of Gleitnir, and poor Chrysanthemon has a lot of influence within Gleitnir as well. If we ask for it, we can remove all your adapted God Eaters and Ages out of this port, leaving you God Eaters to fend for yourselves. And that's exactly what we're planning on. With that saying, "You can't!" I can and I will. Expect in the next couple of weeks or so that these God Eaters are going to be sent to Port Chrysanthemum. Got it. With that, the guard saying, You bastard, you'll regret this." Within, the other guy's basically standing there, scratching the back of his head with his right arm, saying, "Sorry about him, but he is kind of right. We can't just let you guys treat your Ages like this, even though they're basically your only line of defense, when you guys should be doing the same thing." With soon, the guard getting annoyed at all of this, and then saying, "You bastards." With then the other guy saying, "Don't worry, Port Pennyworth would still get their supplies and everything else that they need from Gleitnir. Just expect, half of your Ages to be sent to different ports, especially Port Chrysanthemum, in the next couple of days for the exchange." With that, the guard couldn't help but get a little bit frustrated, knowing that something like this goes against everything. However, he does something to just despite the Ages in Pennyworth's care, and to even spite Port Chrysanthemum as well. With that, Izuku, Hugo, Zeke, and Tsuyu heading out to the city as their God Arcs have now been implanted with the Engage system. Within, Izuku saying, "I don't really feel any different. You guys feel any different by any chance?" Within, Hugo commenting saying, "Not really. We'll probably feel something once we get into battle though, so stay sharp guys." With Izuku nodding. Within, Zeke saying, "So, you guys figure out what the Engage system does in battle by any chance?" Within, Tsuyu saying, "Not that I know of, but I've heard rumors that it's supposed to allow God Eaters and Ages to basically link up in battle and understand each other's thoughts and movements. That's all I've heard. So basically, somewhat similar to that mind reading." Within, Zeke hearing this from Tsuyu saying, "Mind reading? So we get to read people's minds? That is so cool." But then looking at Tsuyu as she tilts her head as she looks at Zeke, but then Zeke began getting all red, but saying, on second thought, maybe not, actually. I would prefer it if we don't read each other's minds. That's all." With then hearing that, both Izuku and Hugo couldn't help but laugh quietly with each other. With Izuku commenting saying, "If only Zeke would be more honest with himself." With Hugo saying, "Ditto." With then all four of them getting ready for battle as they begin taking on the origami in the area, as they're being that of blast spiders. Within, Zeke saying, "Seriously? Blast spiders again? Oh, God, I hate spiders." With then Izuku saying, "Oh, we know." "We all know, Zeke." With Hugo also finishing off the comment, with Zeke feeling somewhat terrified as he feels somebody's hand on his shoulders, as it being Tsuyu saying, "Don't worry, Zeke. I got your back. If you feel like terrified, I'll support you however I can." With that, Zeke feels a lot more, at ease, knowing that Tsuyu has his back, before blushing again, saying, yeah, thanks, see you. With then they getting back into battle as they take on a couple of blast spiders. As one blast spider tries to hit Zeke with its fiery web. However, Tsuyu defends Zeke before switching to her ray gun and then began pelting it with a blast of ice rounds before Izuku and Hugo can strike it down with their god arcs. Before they began feeling something, as then Izuku began feeling something too, coursing through his body from his god arc. Before, however, multiple blast spiders began to show themselves. As then Izuku feels something as he had a trigger word in his head saying, engage! With that, a link between him and Hugo it was connected to one another as being a yellow aura surrounding them. However, as they go after the blast spiders, they began coordinating their attacks, like they're able to read each other's movements before they both know what to do. As Hugo jumps into the air, slicing up the blast spider, Izuku switches to his shotgun form, also sliding while firing a blast of buckshot right at it, before switching back into Heavy Moon, and then jumping into the air, grabbing Hugo's left arm, and then throwing him to the blast spider, stabbing it into its back, finishing it off, and then guarding from the self-destruct function of the blast spider, with both Zeke and Tsuyu actually quite surprised seeing the teamwork. Within, Izuku and Hugo bump Arlen again, saying, did you see that? We were both coordinated like hell. Within saying, yeah, it's like I could read your movements on where you're going to be. And not only that, I knew what intentions you planned on doing as well. This must be the power of engage. With also, not only that, I felt like my switch to my gun form was a lot more faster. With then even Hugo saying, yeah, same goes with me and my devouring function too. I feel like I could switch to it faster than before. With then a couple more blast spiders began showing up. With then Hugo screaming out, Zeke, Sue, switch to engage as well. With then Zeke blushing saying, are you guys serious? You know I can't. With then Izuku screaming out, stop being a damn pussy, Zeke, and get close to your crush, for crying out loud. This is your one chance, man. With then hearing that, Zeke gets redder and redder and before screaming out, engage! As then a link between both him and Tsuyu was connected. With then Zeke screaming out, you assholes! Before, as he soon jumps into place, before slamming his hammer down onto the ground of the blast spider, then jumping back, and then using his boost hammer as a burst of flames coming from the back, as he begins to spin in the air, gaining some momentum in the air, and then slamming his hammer down onto the spider, having that of a powerful crater, as it was about to instantly cause self-destruct, as Zeke was gonna fear for his life before he felt that the pain around him dissipated, as it being that from a recovery round from Tsuyu, actually, with her continually supplying Zeke with healing oracle cells from her ray gun, and then she running past to Zeke, as the two running side by side, taking care of the remaining blast spiders, as both Scythe and Hammer dealing powerful damage to the remaining blast spiders, as all of them are soon now gone and taking their course alongside them. With that, they finish up testing the engage system, and they feel like everything is is all ready to go. With then Izuku saying, well, that takes care of that. Let's head out. With then Hugo saying, yep, I feel the same way. Let's go. With soon Zeke and Tsuyu looking at each other. With then Zeke saying, what Izuku said, he was, Zeke, you don't have to say anything. He was just trying to get a rouse over you, since this isn't the Izuku we're known to have. And besides, you should go at your own pace on how you feel for somebody after all. With then she having that of her trademark shining smile. With Zeke also blushing quite a bit, saying, yeah, I guess you're right. With then the two walking off. With then Tsuyu saying, I can wait. I can wait as long as you until you're ready, Zeke. I'll always wait and receive your feelings. With that, all four of them head back to the port. As the rest of the day going by, as Sho has been coughing a lot more than he normally has been, with then Izuku going over to Sho saying, hey, Sho, you okay? With saying, hey, don't worry about me, Izuku. I'm alright. With then Izuku saying, hey, you don't have to act tough to be tough. Remember, honestly, you remind me so much of myself, Sho. With hearing this, Sho was surprised, saying, really? I remind you of you when you were younger? Saying, yeah. Back then, I was terrified of being out there. Terrified of, well, not being able to be strong enough. But you need to take it easier. And once you're a lot more better, you'll need to protect everyone else too. Got it? With Sho saying, yeah, thanks, Izuku. With Izuku saying, don't mention it. I got your back, Sho. Hearing that, Sho couldn't help but smile, saying, thanks, Izuku. As he gets up from Sho's bed, and then he looks around as he sees Hugo saying, hey, we got any mission anytime soon? Within Hugo saying, not that I know of. It's been a while since our last mission dealing with the engage system. But personally, Sho looks like he's gotten worse since we came back. This isn't right. What the hell is going on? With then, Lily looks at both Hugo and Izuku's conversation as she was about to say something, but she decided not to. But then Izuku notices saying, Lily, you okay? Is there something you want to say? We're not too busy for you, just saying. With her saying, yeah, it's just that, well, it's Sho. And it's when the guard gave Sho his medicine, he put something weird in it, actually. I don't know what it was, but I feel like after Sho took his medicine, then he started coughing a lot more when you guys left. Within hearing that, Izuku and Hugo saying, you gotta be kidding me. With Izuku looking at the guard with that of death glares, with him clenching his fist while his hands are still bound by his armlet, saying, damn it. With Zeke hearing this saying, you gotta be kidding me. This bastard is just literally going to let Sho die? Why is he... What the hell is with him? Within Tsuyu saying, calm down, Zeke. We can't... If we get riled up about this, it gives them a reason to just beat us. For no reason. And we can't have that. Hearing this, Zeke decided to settle down for a bit, but still doesn't like the fact that he can't do anything. With then Izuku and Hugo begin hearing that sounds like they have another job, as the mission is a maintenance job, as one of the surrounding defense system has gone down, They want the Hounds to investigate and fix the system while out there. Make sure not to be consumed by the high density of ash, though. Within hearing that, Zeke saying, "Seriously? Now of all times?" Within Tsuyu saying, "Calm down, Zeke. This is our perfect chance." With hearing this, Zeke saying, "What do you mean, Sue?" Then Hugo actually catching on what Sue is actually saying. This would be the perfect time to salvage some meds or some medicine from the area. If we can do that, we'd be able to help out Sho. Is that what you're saying, Sue? With Tsuyu actually nodding at what Hugo's saying. But then he's saying, "Right, let's do that. If we can be able to knock out both the mission and find some med supplies at the same time. Let's do it." Within the four ages nodding at this. With then heading to the guard saying, "Finally coming out. Get to the job done, you mutts." With then Sho continued coughing, saying, "And cut that damn coughing, you damn brat, or else." With then Izuku clenching his fist as he wants to hit the guard so much, so badly. However, both Hugo and Tsuyu remind Izuku that he shouldn't. If he does, he'll just get punished, even though all he's doing is trying to defend Sho. With Izuku having that of a calm head, and then heading out. With then they get their guard arcs and head to the truck. As they reach the location on where the defense system malfunction is located, they soon see tons of origami, ranging from cocoon maidens to that of Zygarde. With the flying Zygardes, trying to hit our ages. With both Hugo and Zeke transforming their god arcs to their shotgun forms, with them shooting tons of shots right at the Zygardes. However, Tsuyu and Izuku take down the Iron Maidens, with them seeing our two ages. They open up their bodies and try to hit them with poison spikes. However, the two of them dodge them. Within Izuku switching the grip of his god arc, slicing through the cocoon maiden like it was nothing, and then head for the other one, slicing through it like it was nothing, and then heading to the others, alongside Tsuyu using her scythe to cut through each and every one of them, with then switching to her ray gun form, and then knocking down a couple of Zygardes alongside the cocoon maidens right next to them. With that, all of the origami that was in the area have been eliminated with ease. With that, Izuku saying, "That was way too easy. I was expecting more of a challenge, though." Within Tsuyu saying, "Izuku, please don't jinx us." Within Izuku saying, "Right, sorry about that." With then Izuku saying, "I'll go fix the defense grid, and I'll have Keith actually helping me out on that. Zeke, you think you can come along and have my back while I'm fixing it up?" But then Zeke saying, "Wait, what? Why me? Why not just take Hugo?" With then Izuku saying, "Hugo and Tsuyu can go check around, scavenge for some medical supplies. After all, Tsuyu's more skilled being a medic, and Hugo can help cover her." Within hearing this, Zeke saying, "But I," with then Hugo placing a hand on Zeke's shoulder saying, "Don't worry, you got this. I'll keep Tsuyu safe while you help out Izuku. Don't worry, it's nothing bad gonna happen." After hearing that, Zeke couldn't help but feel somewhat down. With then as the two groups split up, as Zeke and Izuku go fix up the defense grid, as Keith gave him his instructions to how to fix it. However, as they were fixing it, turns out the ash levels were really spiking slowly and slowly as they began continuing trying to fix it. Izuku noticed this and begins thinking something's up. With that, even Keith began to notice this, that the ash levels are really spiking as well, and thinks that this isn't normal. Back with Hugo and, Tsuyu, they began looking around multiple pharmacies and old hospitals to see if they could get any supplies for show. Little to their luck, no dice. As they were about to head back to the truck, they had to hide because multiple axe raiders were coming their way. And normally they wouldn't hide from axe raiders. However, these axe raiders were up to the numbers were up to that of 20. Basically, an axe raider stampede. With that, they had to keep their distance, with them wondering on why the axe raiders are basically heading somewhere else, like they were trying to get away from something at that. As the two ages look at each other and were also kind of curious as well. Couple minutes later, the defense grid is fixed and our fellow ages are done scavenging, with them heading back to the port. With soon, as they head back to the port, they couldn't help but feel somewhat frustrated that they didn't find a single med kit as they make it back. Within Lily and Mar actually look like they're on the verge of tears, with then Tsuyu going to the two saying, "Hey, you two, what's wrong?" With Lily saying, it's Sho. I'm worried. I'm really scared for him." With then Mar saying, "We don't know what to do. Sho hasn't moved for a while." With then hearing this, Izuku goes to Sho as Izuku looks at the black-haired boy with his as he looks that he's quite pale, with even his eyes seem a little bit red, with Izuku saying, "Oh my god." With that, he's saying, "Keith, please keep an eye on Sho. Do not let him sleep or fall asleep one bit." With Keith saying, "Got it." Within another job happening, hearing another job, within Zeke saying, "Seriously? Again?" With Tsuyu saying, "Another chance for us to find some med kit if we can. It's the only chance we got to save Sho." With that, Zeke saying, "As much as I hate it, this is our only chance to go to help him. If we don't, he's going to die." As Izuku couldn't help but grit his fist, with even Hugo feeling frustrated as he's feeling like he can't do anything to save one of his friends, one of his fellow ages. As they look over the mission debriefing, as their job is to investigate an area where the ash levels have become drastically high. And with that, Izuku, Hugo, Zeke, and Tsuyu began to head off. However, as they all began heading off to go to the cart, when they got their guard arcs, they see tons of the port staff begin moving around drastically over and over again, with the four actually being somewhat confused, within Izuku wanting to ask one of the port staff what's going on. However, Hugo basically told them if they don't go take care of this mission now, they're just going to get yelled at. Hearing his best friend say this, Izuku couldn't help but shake his head at agreement. As they head to go to the truck, they soon realize that the truck that they're not getting the usual truck that they normally take for their missions. They actually get one of the old trucks that haven't been finishly modified and tuned, with them somewhat skeptic if this thing is going to be able to run. With Hugo putting in the keys and starting up the engine, it actually does run, but it seems barely. With that, they put their God Arcs in the back and ready to take on the mission. Within, Izuku saying everybody was really frantic around the port. It was like they were trying to get to places as soon as possible. Within, Zeke saying, whatever the reason is, it can't be that important, can it? With then Hugo saying, Tsuyu, you were in the medical wing for quite a bit of time. Did they say that there's anything big coming up? With Tsuyu putting her finger to her lips before saying, not that I know of, no. Besides me trying to look for my siblings and what port they went to, I haven't found anything else that's important. With that, Hugo and Izuku began thinking, wondering on what else could get the ports up to a frizzy. With that, they began to take on the remaining origami in the area while expecting the area of its high levels of ash density. With that, they take out a couple of blast spiders and axe raiders. Easily as always, nothing never changes much. With even Izuku kind of getting bored of taking out the same enemies over and over again. Honestly, he misses when they used to take out at least a couple of mid-level origami. Within, Zeke saying, come on, dude, stop jinxing us. With that, he activates the devouring function on his boost hammer, and then goes into the Axe Raider corpse. Within looking into it saying, ugh, seriously? No good loot again? With soon Tsuyu saying, don't worry, you'll get something. Besides, with then Hugo saying, found any med supplies, Tsuyu? Saying, sorry, no luck again. With then Izuku saying, damn it, what the hell? With then Hugo saying, it's all we can do for now. Let's look around in a different area. We've already looked up the ash density levels around this area. Let's head somewhere else. Within, they begin hearing static across their comms as a voice saying, can you read me? To all available ages and God Eaters in the area, this is an emergency. With then all of them getting the same frequency. With then Hugo saying, this is on an open comm channel. What, don't they know that? With even Zeke saying, that's weird. I can barely hear what they're saying. With then Izuku looking around. However, his eyes begin widening as he walks past Zeke. With then Zeke looking at Izuku before looking at where he's looking at. With then Tsuyu and Hugo doing the same thing as they all see that of the huge wave of ash oracle cells. With that, everybody sees that what they're looking at is a pure ash storm. With saying this, Izuku saying, that's an actual ash storm. They're actually real? With then Zeke saying, no way. I know that they were big, but they're this big? With soon Tsuyu saying, and not only that, the location on where it's going to the port. With then Izuku hearing this saying, Port Pennywort, this is Hound 2. Do you read me? This is Hound 2. An ash storm is on its way. Within saying, relating to the port, there is no answer, no call. With saying, what the hell? Why isn't anybody answering me? I don't even hear that damn guard. Within Tsuyu clenching her scythe, saying, there's only one explanation. They're abandoning the port. Within Zeke saying, wait, they're abandoning the port? What about everyone there? What about the kids there? Sho, Mar, Lily, hell, Keith's still there. With soon another another call throughout the open comms channel saying, "This is Ashcrawler Chrysanthemum. To all available ages in the area, we need assistance to Port Pennywards to help out to evacuate any stragglers around the port." With then Hugo saying, "This is Age Hound 1 of Port Pennywards. We hear your call. However, why should we help you?" With then her saying, "We will pay any cost that you want. Just please clear the way of origami so we can help out anyone from the port." Within hearing this, Izuku saying that we'll help you out as much as we can. We expect you to also evacuate us as well while we clear the way. With then saying, "There are aged children in a cell in Port Pennywards underground. There are 3 aged kids and 1 aged teenager. If you'll save them, we'll clear as many origami in your path as much as possible." With that, the woman saying, "Agreed. Please, as much as we can, we wish to save as many lives as possible." But then hearing that, something in Izuku began to snap, like a fire has been stroked that was once dim, but now ignited, saying, "Agreed. Let's go." Within ending the comms, within Hugo saying, "Izuku, will you? Let's go. Our friends need us. And besides, don't you think this is what we've been waiting for, Hugo?" Within hearing that, Hugo couldn't help but smile. Within looking at Tsuyu, who also smiles, holding her god art close to her. Within Zeke, also smiling, putting up some thumbs up. Within saying, "Yeah, you're right." With then Hugo saying, "Everything changes starting now." With that, all 4 ages head off to save their friends, and a new journey begins. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Also, sorry if this chapter is pretty long. I had to include Tsuyu in some way. I was wanting to include her in chapter 1, but I completely forgot to. So she was going to be included in chapter 2, and I had to make up for that in some way and somehow. And hope you guys like that Aizawa is also in this chapter as well. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And hit that subscribe button and that bell notification too to keep up to date with my videos when I upload on this channel. Also, check out my Discord, gaming channel, main channel, and Patreon. All links to be in the description below. So with all that said, this is Liamoki, signing out. Later guys, and take care.